And here, finally, is Premium Kit 2. Shall we look inside? So, there's our magazine. I'm going to make you wait to see them all. Sorry. Oh, look at that. That is an orc. Yeah, an orc, a big orc on a big beast. There's no other way to put that. That is beautiful. Look at it. Or the premium issue 2, and it feels like there's quite a bit going on in this. I'll tell you right now. Now, who is this beast? Well, his name is Gordrakk, the Fist of Gork. Now, that's cool. He is the boss of bosses, and he's the strongest orc that ever lived. And what is that thing that he's riding? What is it called? See, you'd think that that would have been there right away, wouldn't you? You know what it was called. Hang on, let's have a look. No, it doesn't actually say on that first thing what that thing is. I believe it's called a Maw-Krusha. But it's got, I suppose spiritually, from when I head back to thinking about Warhammer, orcs used to ride wyverns rather than dragons. And this thing, I'm trying to have a good look at it, whether or not it's got 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 wings. Basically, a wyvern is a dragon without front upper arms, basically. So this might not be anything like a wyvern. I'm really interested to see what it is. Yeah, it's his Maw-Krusha. And Maw-Krusha Bigteef, it's called, by the look of it. Right, so let's have a look. Now, this is one of these things, these premium magazines. There's a tiny little bit about him. Then you've got the how to build it. So, you know, a lot of these pages are about how to build it. It is a big creature and it's a big guy. So, once he's all built together, let me have a look. Just curious. Just trying to have a good look at something here. So I like the look of it. I'm going to try and keep him and his mount separate as much as possible. I'm just trying to yeah, so it's got, by the look of it, it's got back legs and then it's got 2 forward arms, but those arms have wings attached to them. So it's kind of like the forward arms are also its wings. Very interesting, very sort of like I don't know, I mean it looks as like, no, I've never really seen something exactly like that before. That's the best way to put it, but it's a big blocky thing to say the least. Yeah. Now, I got a little bit about how to paint. It seems to be suggesting to very much put this together and paint it in lots of pieces, so it's a very sub-assembly type thing. Again, this is going to be quite an interesting build, because part of that build I'm going to follow the rules about sub-assembly. I'm probably going to keep a lot of it in pieces. Yeah, quite a few techniques as well on painting it. Again, what colour I'll go for, I don't know, because I haven't really decided what colour I want my, like, iron, I think they're called iron jaw orcs. So I'll probably go for a green as always, because that's probably what I'll go for with this. But sometimes if you're going for a green orc, you want a different colour for things like the monsters so that they stand out differently. So I'm not sure what colour scheme I'll end up with. There is actually, however, a lot of advice about techniques of painting in this, which is good. So quite a lot of description about, you know, how to do particular parts, how to do them well. again, that's something I'm going to probably take a little time to work out and get right. Let's have a look here. So we've got undercoating and base coating and all of these kind of different things. So I think we've got a lot of these paints, and if some of them that we don't have, I've probably got alternatives that I can use. Yeah, so, and then it says once you kind of painted everything, then you do the final assembly. So it's definitely a professional's job, this, of, you know, trying to do everything in parts. Now, let's have a look. Well, that's interesting. It talks about basing. Now, I'm just looking here. Basically, it seems to be talking about how to do a dried, cracked earth effect, which I'm finding quite interesting. So hopefully that's going to be, again, a nice technique that I've never really done before and probably want to learn how to do. So as you might guess, we get his war scroll. So we've got the actual character himself. Again, this is quite interesting because he is a special character. He's a proper special character, and I like the idea of having a special character like this. You know, we've got named characters, but they've just felt like named units, whereas this really does feel like a special character. Little battle to run through of any, you know, little simple battle to play with him. But again, let's have a look. It's literally him versus a huge number of order. It's like Gordrakk, the Fist of Gork, and then it's like the Arcanum Imperatant, Aquilor, Garda, Stuck, Chariot, 5 Indicators, 4 Praetors, and Zandia's Truth Seekers. That's like him versus all of that, as if that's like that's a fair battle. If that's a fair battle, if that's an even battle, then I'm gonna love having this character. It seems completely, imagine that's a fair battle. It's like him versus all of that, and they're just gonna get pounded. Right, shall we see the actual, shall we see it now? I think when he's built, I'll do a nice comparison of the dragon. What's it called? The premium kit one, dragon. Let's start off with the base. Okay, you can see. Yeah, that's the base. It's got the size, hasn't it? It's a good size base. It just shows you straight away that this is going to be big. Now, I'll start off. This looks here, for the most part, looks like the actual rider, basically. Excuse me. I'm just having a quick look as well to see if we have options, because I always like the idea that, you know, not being forced if you don't want to have the special character. So what options do we have? Now, looking at this, we do have some choices. Can you see? You've got this very long, what looks like a halberd or something similar to that. You've got 2 big axes. You've got two swords. It feels to me that we have some choices. We can choose, you know, to have different weapon loadout by the look of it. So let me have a quick look at the magazine. Yeah, he comes, by the look of it, as standard. His standard armament seems to be 2 big axes. So it looks to me like if you want to create someone a bit more different, you've got this halberd here as a potential, and then you've got sword arms as potential alternatives. We've also got what looks like a spare hand there. Again, that could be so that, you know, that halberd, it's being double held or something, you know, by both hands. I'm just having a look. That kind of grasping hand is missing a finger, and again, that looks deliberate. It looks like it's genuinely, you know, a damaged hand. So I'm thinking we've got some choices by the look of it about how we put him together. We don't appear to have alternative heads, but that might just be on that. That might not be, you know, absolute. There might be an alternative somewhere else. Right, here is the actual beastie itself. Now you can see it's quite sizable. It's got quite a bit, you know, it's proper chunky, isn't it? It's got very thick parts to it. You can see the tail here. You know, it's big and spiky as well. I've just hurt myself holding it. So, you know, we've got quite a few interesting little features on this. Oh! And what looks like an alternative head for the orc. Orc riding it. It's there. I can see an alternative head. You know, so if you've got a second one of these kits, the choice is there. You could have two very different ones. My big query really is, does this choice extend to a second head for, you know, for this creature? You know, I'll only really know that as I start building it, but there's a slight chance that maybe the face might have some alternative features that we can use. It would be nice to see if that was possible, but we shall see as we build it. But the good thing is, it does appear that the rider can be different. See, I like that halberdier. I like that halberd. I think it's got, I don't know, is that the right way to actually pronounce that, halberd? Because it would be a halberdier, but I can't remember. Anyway, oh well, tell me if I'm saying that right. But I like that. I like this big, you know, thing. It looks fierce, and it's the kind of thing I'd love my boss to have, you know, as he's riding this thing. So yeah, that is, you know, that's our premium kit too. And from that perspective, you know, I love it. It's fantastic. You know, this is the second big beastie I've got because of the premium kits. I know you pay like £2 extra per issue, like almost £3, isn't it, per issue? But I truly believe that it's worth it when you start sort of adding that massive dragon in this to the mix. It's definitely it's definitely, you know, worth the extra money. So that's our premium kit too. I'm absolutely loving it, and love to hear your thoughts as always. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you for the build videos.